Come by the park and get zooted, B.
Look. Good evening. Yeah. When I party in New York, take the late night subway. Going out Friday.
What's up, people? How are we?
From all directions, never find me on a one-way flight.
Happy Monday.
Good
morning, San Francisco.
I'm supercalifragilistic.
We get a test
Kicking incredibly dope shit.
Tube check.
Make my mama proud, cause my clothes fit. Travel around the globe, bitch. On my Lewis Clark shit. Don't matter where I live, cause I can tell you
don't
where
use
my
this
heart
chat
is.
for
I
Xbox,
just stay
right,
on
buddy?
my side. Fuck
Read
where
in your
everybody
thoughts,
at.
Paul.
Tell the planet peace, cause I'm gone. I ain't coming back. Had the whole regular life. I can tell you that I'm done with that. Try and build a mill off a couple stacks on my own business.
I don't even want to hear that
Into these fucking raps. Really
not wanna
park the
hear
money handed off, then it's running back.
Come on, man. We're locked in.
Hey, yo, you fuck with that?
Dude, is Javon nasty at 2K? I feel like he is.
You in love with that?
Wouldn't be shocked.
Look,
I think I watched a few. I think he is.
Mac Miller.
Yeah, fuck
Taking
you,
sips
Sandy.
from the fountain of youth. If you ain't heard about the
Okay.
kid, then you out of the loop.
Can't even-
As I'm
I knew it was
sitting
coming
back staring at this
eventually.
world in my
Oh,
eyes,
yeah.
see out the window in my room that I'm
Yep.
hidden inside.
Reality
I'm just
hit
seeing
hard,
him
we'll just
stay
say
speaking
that.
and starts talking his mind like a roller coaster, but
I don't even
stay
know how to
along for
explain
the
it.
ride. Put my heart up on the page
That
in the song and the
coaching
crowd. There's
horrendous.
logic behind the way you stand caught in the live, boy. Ain't it shocking? I'm a topic of discussion. Motherfuckers want my spot, so they probably wish I
Gustavo
wasn't.
Jet.
They give a
The
little
follow,
love
wow.
like everyone does.
Walker
In
with a
reality,
follow.
they stole
Thank
up that
you, man.
competitive drug, and I don't blame them.
he's-
Cause those who above me,
yeah.
I'm gunning for.
That's
Try
been
to make my
established,
way
brother.
to the top, starting from the floor. And I don't even need to bring a single gun to war.
Come on,
Cause I
man.
be on some shit that they ain't never done before. Taking over piece
Got
by
playlist?
piece.
Shit, I gotta
Starting
make
from
one
the
for
core, it's
y'all.
only been a year. I can
Gotta
stick
feed you
around
last
100
before.
more.
Danny, the worst
So
part
just
about
stick
it
around
is
100 more.
I knew it was coming.
I ain't
That's
going
the worst
nowhere.
part.
Young and so much time
Beautiful.
to go.
How we doing,
Joe,
people?
you might
How
as
we
well
doing?
keep this one rolling.
Why it doesn't
How
hurt
we-
as
how
bad
we
as
I
it
got
would.
like one more verse. I haven't split
Not
three
good.
verses on the song.
Really not good.
You got reason to feel a little under the weather, let's call it. Dude, but I was
I was gonna say it's not even like the Hail Mary that hurts the most. It's how stupid our coaches are. That's the worst part about it. Like, there's no hope. You're never gonna win anything with these coaches. A D tackle handoff with the game on the line. I can't even
questionable.
blame him for fumbling, man. What is he supposed to do? He's not a
little-
fucking running back.
a little questionable to say the least, but you know,
Oh, Sandy, that's dead, brother. It's
expect
dead.
the unexpected, dude. Expect the
Unless he
unexpected
runs
with
the
Chicago
table.
Bears.
Yeah, unless he runs the table with 300 yards each game. Yeah. Oh, he timed me out in Book It Chat earlier. I mentioned Shane Waldron, and yeah, he's on edge. If you think I'm on edge, which I'm not, I'm just depressed, honestly. He's on edge. He's on edge.
Dude,
That's
I was
sick,
to
Mr. Steve.
address that music
damn.
comment, bro. I don't know about you. I was always like the guy who's playing music in the whip or like got a get together or whatever. Were you that guy too, or you know, like I feel like either you are or you aren't.
No, I was gonna say my friend was growing up. He was always the aux guy. I don't know where he got half of these songs, but they were fire.
Yeah, the Hawks
Yeah,
guy, exactly.
big fella. He's a DC. He's not a head coach. He's a DC.
Dude,
Yeah, I
but
agree,
I'm excited to talk some ball with you today, NBA wise, because we usually
Yeah.
lab during the day and we haven't talked once today, except for right
Yeah.
now. So that should be interesting. I'm excited
Yeah, I
for
was-
that. Maybe we should do that
I was
more often.
Corpus Christi.
I mean, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like we like labbing together, but it's also cool when we
Yeah.
hop on stream with picks already.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. We've been killing the NBA. At least the two of us have. The Ramble, I feel like, has been.
I did
doing-
until yesterday. Yeah.
I mean, basketball so
Full
far has
faded
been awesome.
yesterday. Can't lie. Should have been 2-1, but
What
that's
was
Sunday
your
NBA
what were your
for you.
plays yesterday?
I had Siakam over points. He got double teamed for some reason. He was 7 for 11. Very good game out of him. But for some reason, the Sixers decided to double Siakam. Very strange. But went into overtime. Still didn't cash. Needed 21. He had 17. So very strange. Had Cam Johnson. Needed one more basket. Shot like shit. What was the other one?
It's weird, dude. Three huge
Oh,
favorites.
Zion.
Three
Zion
huge
never had
underdogs. Three huge underdogs won yesterday. The Nets won outright. Clippers won outright.
Great call by Steak, by the way.
The Sixers as well. Yeah, great call. That was one of my losses, was actually Bucks -9. And when I saw his tweet, I was like, I like the Hawks on the money line. So what I ended up doing was I took Hawks money line, Nets money line, Clippers money line, and I ended up profiting, which is great. I wish I jumped on Sixers too, but I mean, we knew Maxey was dropping 40, dude. Of course, it was on NFL Sunday. Like, of course.
This is every day, brother. What up, Adam?
What's up, Adam? We got to talk, Adam. We got to plan another stream with you, brother.
No, I agree with you, Mr. Ski. Sunday NBA is just always fucking cake. It always is cake.
Well, it's really obvious reads that I guess I always feel like Sunday NBA is like the reads that you wish you made, because you look at the board after the fact. I mean, Maxey, we would have been all over if we were more focused on NBA. He sold us that last time. Of course, we were going to go back. We didn't get there. I was too focused on football.
I had a great day in the NFL, honestly.
NFL wasn't terrible for me. Jordan Mason sold my day, though. That was horrible. Yeah, that was criminal.
I was inches away from a 6-0 day, figuratively and literally. I mean, the Hail Mary, I had Bears money on, and then Tyreek Hill had 3 yards in the second half, and I only needed like 20, so very close. But everything else was fire. Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Mason, that shit is – I mean, he was injured. I mean, that's the 49ers just manipulating the system, bro. That's him doing snaps enough to make it look like it wasn't a thing. But they knew he was injured pregame. That was a lot of horse shit. But that's the NFL for you. That's a whole different conversation, bro. You know my gripes about the NFL. People say the NBA is a bad product, but man, betting the NFL sometimes is
tough.
It's torture. All right, let's bring this shit up. Let me add this. Add this here. All right, chat. We need you locked in. We need you cooperating. We need you dropping opinions. What do we have? 10 games today? Let me see.
I think so.
We'll do a little counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
11,
8,
actually.
9, 10, 11. 11 with a bunch of fat spreads as well. I think 5 or 6 with 7 or higher spreads. So it should be interesting. But let's get into it. First game on the slate, Pacers Orlando. Obviously, Tyrese Halliburton was another guy that I feel like we would have targeted yesterday, coming off a game with 0 points.
Took Siakam.
That's fine. These two teams are interesting, though. I mean, what are your opinions on the Pacers? Because I feel like a lot of people are starting to kind of.
You know what they are.
Right.
I'm not even saying as a salty Knicks fan. I just think that team is not as I don't think they're Eastern. I don't think they're a threat for the Eastern Conference. I really don't. I think they're bottom of the playoff teams that are going to be in the playoffs just because they have a lot of talent, but they're just not good enough defensively. The only way they'll be actually competing is just if they're shooting the lights out, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. No Franz Wagner, who's honestly been fantastic to start the season.
I was checking on that. Yeah, he's game time decision.
He's been scoring 20+ in every game so far this year, and that's a guy that we backed on his season long, which is awesome to see. Hopefully that injury isn't something that lingers. But what's your opinion on this game? I'm trying to stay away personally just because of that injury news with Franz. It's tough to back Indiana. I feel like the spot is telling to Indiana more so than Orlando. But with the Franz injury news, I can't really buy the bad news there and fade the Magic. But what's your opinions? Originally, I wanted to take Orlando's first half team total. I ended up locking it in, and now with the injury news, I might cash out for a slight loss. I haven't decided yet. But what's your thoughts?
It's tough because I think both these teams kind of regress, or not so much regress. I just don't think they take that next step, like a young upcoming team. I mean, the Magic have looked good. I still just, again, I said all the time, I just think they needed a point guard, so it's hard to get behind them. But I don't see how Indiana stops Banchero, to be honest. His play style and size is so much of an issue versus the Pacers. I think he's going to have a huge night, whether he's scoring or not, because they might have to double him. But obviously, if Wagner's out, that changes it. But I think Orlando's too big for them, to be honest with you. It's hard to say if they're going to cover or not, but matchup-wise would have to lean them. I think they just have too much size, and they added shooters in KCP, and yeah, I think they match up way better here.
I agree, and it's interesting too. I mean, the only game that the Pacers have gone over was obviously that last game with the Sixers that needed overtime. But before that, I mean, it's not like their defense has been any better. It's more so their offense just hasn't been clicking the way we saw it last year. I think it was pretty telling in that Knicks game that was the case. I mean,
yeah,
that Detroit game, you could call it a one-game sample size, but that was pretty eye-opening in my opinion, how they struggled and made it somewhat competitive with Detroit pretty much that entire game. Then losing to a battled or an injury-riddled Sixers team. Obviously, Maxey went off for 40+, and that was a huge reason the Sixers pulled that win out. But to me, this Pacers, and we were saying it preseason, just not a team I really like to back, and especially with injury news on Orlando side, I should say. I can't really get there with the Pacers for me. I think it's magic or nothing, and I'm not going to get to the counter with them personally.
Yeah, I think you just need to see the Pacers like kind of catch that fire like they did. I remember last year they came out on fire and it was like the team might be legit, but they can't really stop it.
It could just be a streaky team. They could be that as well.
They are 100%. I really don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging, but I didn't really like the Siakam fit. Like they needed a forward, but he's so ball dominant. I mean, do you remember Haliburton to start last year? Like dropping 20+, 30+ with like 15 assists.
Yep.
I mean, to me, that's when they were at their best. Like just letting him do his thing because. Although I don't really like him, but I'm not going to say he's a bad player. Like, sure, I say he sucks, but obviously I know he's good. But I thought that's when they were at their best, but they did need a forward. So I don't know. I think they're still learning how to play with those two, honestly. Because like I said, Siakam's very ball dominant, and he wants to play in the post. So it kind of messes up their offense, in my opinion.
I definitely think there's a clog in the machine that's not churning the way it's supposed to, because I was actually looking at Haliburton's like advanced analytics, and it's not like his usage is down by any means or his assist opportunities aren't there. It's more so that the shots aren't falling. I think the offense just isn't really clicking the way we saw it click last year. I think they played to the highest potential they could last year.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. And it got maybe burnt out or fizzled out a little too quick.
Damn, dude.
But that's really all I got for this
game. In now. I mean,
Isaac
just got ruled out.
He's been out, I'm pretty sure, today.
Oh, did he? And then Badazi, he's the backup. Josh Hart, questionable or game time, but
yep, Josh Hart and McBride.
I'd assume he questionable. Plays. Yeah, this game's kind of gross, honestly. Like prop wise, I mean, it's hard to take anyone versus the Magic because they just have so many good defenders. But obviously, Orlando, it's hard not to like Banchero or Wendell Carter. It's hard not to like both of them, but they have such a deep rotation. It's tough.
Yeah, I agree with you. We can move on to the next one. Let me see.
I did notice that yesterday, big guy, but it's always, that's his play style to a T, though.
What do people say like that?
He was just saying he's not looking to score as much, which I did notice that.
Siakam's just not aggressive enough, man. He has I'm not going to compare him to Ben Simmons, but he has that. It's a mental thing for him, in my opinion. I think he just doesn't have that real dog in him. He used to be for sure. He doesn't attack the way that a guy his size or the skill set he has to fulfill his potential. He just doesn't have it. And it'll occasionally come out. I mean, there's a reason I think he plays so well against Philadelphia, and it's because of that whole sorry, I'm forgetting where Cameroon. Yeah, where Embiid is from. So I think that kind of gives him somewhat of a passion to come out there and play harder. I just wish he brought that kind of every night. Milwaukee, Boston. What are your thoughts here? I thought this line was insane.
I mean, kind of. I know you're back in the Bucks long term, but man, do they fucking stink.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a bump in the road. I just we said it all year. Their defense is a huge problem.
Specifically, their
huge problem. Yeah, and it's like with no Middleton, I mean, how the fuck is this team going to stop? 1, Tatum and Brown. 2, Holiday, who hates the Bucks because he shipped them off like it was nothing after winning them a chip or being a part of that team.
Yeah.
And Derek White. I mean, Derek White's probably the best. It's tough to call him a role player because he's so good, but he's obviously not a superstar. Who's probably the best role player in the league. We'll call him that. And I mean, Pritchard can snipe. I think Hauser's out, but they just have backup shooters too. So it's man, I don't know how they stop this team. But on the flip side, I will say it's an amazing matchup for Lillard. I mean, you guys remember when I took McBride and then I forgot the other guard I took versus Boston. But, yeah, I mean, Dame should feast tonight. And honestly, with no Porzingis, I don't know who's stopping Giannis. So, I don't know. I do agree the line's huge, but Milwaukee is not that powerhouse at this point in time, in my opinion.
It's so weird,
and they're
man.
On the road.
I guess there is two ways to look at it, man. I mean, Milwaukee just lost to two teams that a lot of people consider to be bottom of the barrel in the NBA, in Chicago and Brooklyn. I mean, they were 8.5, 9.5 point favorites in those games, and they lost outright in both of them.
They only beat up Sixers team.
It like basketball brain with how good Boston looks. They haven't skipped a fucking beat from last year, if not looking better. Specifically Tatum. I mean, he's out for blood this year.
Rightfully so.
And this line is just huge to me. It's like I think the spot tells me Milwaukee, but the line tells me Boston. And if you think I'm fading the Celtics at home at more than maybe once or twice this year, you're crazy. So that's kind of my thoughts here.
Yeah, it's tough to get involved in this one. Prop wise, would have to lean Dame, and then I'd lean pretty much any sort of shooter on Boston. So probably White, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to stay away from this game. I want to see if Milwaukee turns it around before I put coin near them. And then I'm not getting in the way of Boston. It's hard to take Boston props because, like you said, Tatum's dropping 30-plus every night. You know, Brown's going to get his. Derek White's going to get hot, or he's going to have games where he can't miss. And then Drew, too, gets his. So really hard to predict that team.
Yep. Expect a lot of points.
For Boston games, honestly.
Unless you're back.
Like I said, I would lean Dame, but I don't want any part of this rat shit team right now.
Talk about your Knicks, dude. I saw an interesting thing. These are the two top teams in terms of field goal percentage so far this year. Cavs being at number 1, 54%. Knicks being at 53% in that number 2 spot. So I thought that was pretty interesting, especially when you watch that Knicks game against Boston. I don't think a lot of people would have assumed that. For me,
that's
dude,
what I was saying, bro. They didn't even play that bad. It's just the Celtics.
It was the Celtics were playing unfucking believable.
Like Brunson was fucking cooking that game.
And Brunson, that's why I'm backing him today, Royal, because this game has got to be more competitive than both the games that New York has played. I mean, you've gotten the flip side of both scenarios. The Knicks got blown out versus the Celtics on the road, and they blew out the Pacers.
Indiana.
You look at Brunson's minutes. I mean, he's playing sub 20 minutes or sub 30 minutes, I should say, getting on average 5 less shot attempts than he usually does, but he's still shooting the ball over 50%. So it's not like he's playing bad at all. It's just really his volume just hasn't been there. And in this spot,
I wanted to bring that up to you. Yeah,
that's the one offensive thing, but I think it's more so. Cat has had great matchups on
Bridges,
paper,
dude.
Bridges as well. He's been getting a little bit of the volume, but
cooking.
I mean, but this matchup tells me Jalen Brunson. I mean, do you think Donovan Mitchell is going to be on Brunson at any point in this game? Because
probably. Garland.
Who are you going to put on Garland? Or who are you going to put Garland on?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that was the one thing I wanted to bring up. I love the spot and matchup, but I need to, because the reason why Brunson was so profitable last year is because he had to. I mean, Randall was so hit or miss. You got Hartenstein, Robinson, not worrying about it. McCall wasn't there, who, in my opinion, like he can get his on his own. Is my point. Where we just didn't have that. I mean, Towns is obviously a very good scoring second option, which he never had. So he doesn't have to do as much. And I know it's only been 2 games, but in closer games, I'm curious to see how that looks. Is he dishing it to an open McCall? Is he dishing it to an open Cat? That's what I was saying. Last year he had to do all of that himself. Had to, and that's why he was so profitable. I do like the spot because I think the Knicks win because I think they go on a little bit of a winning streak after that terrible opening night. Problem is, I don't think it's a blowout by any means. Obviously, the spread implies that, but without Robinson, I mean, dude, Mobley and Allen should feast. I mean, we have no size right now. Jericho Sims is not a great defender at all. Cat, obviously, he's a shooting big, right? Like he's not gonna beat you up in the post. So,
well, dude, and you talk about McCall, you're missing out on McBride, dude. I mean, he had a fair share of volume too. I know he comes off the bench, and it's usually in spots when Brunson's not on the floor. But I mean, when he's cooking, they're gonna leave him in and take more shots. But in this spot, I think someone said it perfectly. Games like this, I think he gets his.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree. I think the volume. volume for Brunson will be down. That's a given. I think I know it's a small sample size, but just by the way they've been playing and the way Brunson's been playing, it's more of a distributor. But with Cat being locked up with the Twin Towers of Cleveland, like, to me, this is Brunson. If they win this game, Brunson has to get his.
Yeah, I agree.
And you remember last year when they played the Cavs? Do you remember that one game?
Yeah,
I know they played them 4 times.
Smoked them. He had like 40-something.
48, his third best point performance of his career. So,
yeah, he fucks Cleveland up. He did it that first year when we were in the playoffs with Brunson. He did it all last year. He has this team's number because the bigs play drop coverage. So he just pulls up and draws fouls, and they don't really have the guard play to defend him.
Yep, and that's another thing I wanted to mention. Do you think he's been getting to the line the same way that you saw him last year? Because to me, he hasn't been getting to the line nearly enough. This is the game where I think he gets to the line 5-6 times, which is another reason I really like it.
So, as you know, in prize picks for us, we can't see the board unless we hit like funny. 2 in a row. I want to see, actually, because they have free throw squares. I want to see what that's at.
Oh, thank you, T-Bone, for the sub. Totally missed that, man. Appreciate you, man. Giving it to Big Guy 777 and Big Fella Brazy. Let's go.
They actually don't have
Thank you for the subs, man. Appreciate you.
No, I agree. I think what we've seen in 2 games is he's more comfortable not forcing a shot, trying to draw the foul, than he's more comfortable giving it to Cat or Mikal, trying to get them to create on their own, because that's why they were brought here. Needed more help.
And you could be right. Maybe I'm wrong here, and the volume for Brunson will continue to stay the same as we've seen it. But I'm willing to put some coin on Brunson in somewhat of a bounce back in a competitive game, at least on paper. I mean, not to mention Cleveland. I mean, yes, they've looked great, but look at who they've been playing.
And that's why I like the Knicks to win. Yeah, you see a 3-0 team. I mean, obviously everyone knows
They've blown out everyone they've played.
Yeah, I mean, Mitchell for some reason, or not some reason, but everyone thinks he's this like top superstar in my opinion. I don't think he's like a top point guard.
Would you put him in the top 20 in the NBA?
I would have to look. I'd have to think that one out. He's obviously a great player. Don't get me wrong.
I think he's right. I feel
like so many people are so quick to they're so quick to consider him like the best point guard in the league at times, which I just think is a little crazy. But I mean, I remember last year when he first got to Cleveland, people were saying he's the best point guard in the East. So I don't know. Obviously, I think he's good. My point being, I feel like he's a bigger name than Brunson. Maybe not this year because of how well Brunson did last year, but yeah.
It's actually an interesting conversation. I think we should do that, Royal. We talked about it. We should rank the top 25 NBA players. Chat, would you actually like to see that? Would you watch that stream? That'd be cool. Maybe on like a 4-game slate or something. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, honestly,
rank all the players. Yeah. All right. We'll keep that in the back pocket. Maybe we do that this week. Yeah, we'll do that. That sounds like a good idea. All right, let's move on from this game. Detroit, Miami.
Yes, I have a nasty prop in this game. I'll get to it after you.
I saw our buddy Bookie's DWs on Detroit. That's really the only person I've seen on the feed with any kind of play in this game. Yeah. Curious to know what your thoughts on this spot is.
Yes, we do, Pizza.
Yeah, we've been streaming pretty much every day since NBA started.
I like the Pistons to keep it. I don't think they get blown out. Reason being, I mean, the Heat defense has been in shambles. I mean, they just haven't looked great at all. I know I was on them against the Magic. I'm not just spite betting them, but Pistons match up relatively well here. I mean, everyone hates Tobias, but he's still a big body and he's a decent defender. He's not going to shut down Jimmy, but he can get in his way. He's a solid defender. Don't.
Dude, I can't agree.
He's not a bad defender, bro. He's had a great defensive rating most years.
Then what was that playoff performance last year?
He's got no dog in him.
Dude, he's fucking
I'm not saying he's a good player, but he's a good build to get in Jimmy's way, if you will.
He has the body to
yeah. Obviously Durant. I mean, I just think they match up well. Reason being, Miami gives up a fuck ton of threes. Fuck ton of threes. They have no 3-point defense.
What's the prop? Did you say it already?
Yeah, it's not on my card because he's so fucking bad. It's Tim Hardaway, man.
Really?
He's gonna fire tonight. I mean, he's looked good or decent first 2 games. I think he had 3+ threes in both. Let me see. He's coming off a pretty shittier game, but I think when we create our lotto,
put his threes
he's
in.
Gonna be in there.
I'm down for that.
I mean, he's going to be and he actually plays enough minutes. That was kind of his issue in Dallas the past few years. Interesting. But yeah, he's been playing 29, 23, 37 minutes, and he shot 5+ threes in each game. Night 1, he went 4 for 7. Night 2, he went 3 for 5, and versus Boston, he went 1 for 5. So he's going to be firing, and this is a great matchup. I think the Heat give up like the 5th or 4th most threes. They don't have, I think, because they play zone a lot too. That's why. So he's going to be firing, man, and he does not hesitate, as we know.
Yeah, and you can look
at. I can't put him on the card because he's so fucking bad. That's the problem.
Look at the teams that Detroit's coming off playing too, Cleveland and Boston. I mean,
this too.
Miami coming off playing Charlotte, so I don't hate backing the Pistons in some fashion.
So I'm saying, like, they match up well. You bring in Beasley, who's a very good perimeter shooter. You have Hardaway, who honestly can heat up, and I think Cade's on pace for a massive year, and it's a good matchup for him as well. I think he's gonna have a lot of easy pull-up opportunities. It's just a matter if they can slow down, Jimmy and Bam in the paint, in my opinion, because Duren, I know he's pretty popular tonight. I love that matchup, but like I wouldn't be shocked if he gets into foul trouble dealing with Jimmy and Bam. I mean, they're two very good scorers down low, so that's why I'm hesitant. Otherwise, yeah, I like it, but that dude's such a hack, and they need him. So I think it's pretty fat in my opinion, to be honest. Miami's look terrible.
Durant's a dog, but he has that last season tax. That's the one thing to be scared of. I mean, his line was set at 11.5, 10.5 first few games, and I don't think he's hit it once. Durant's rebounds. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gotten in foul trouble every game, I think.
That's the tough thing about it. I think it's just best to stray away from those last season wagons, because when do you ever see a guy or a play other than Celtics first half transfer over year and year?
So he wasn't in foul trouble versus Boston.
Double, but his line was 10.5. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was in foul trouble versus Cleveland. He had 3 versus Pacers. Still played 30 minutes, but yeah,
it's a pretty good matchup for him, though. It's a good bounce out spot for a guy that's been going under like crazy. So
I don't hate it.
Yeah,
he's obviously a lot bigger than Bam. Obviously, Bam's a lot fucking better, but sometimes size just plays a factor. So can definitely grab some boards over him.
Washington, Atlanta. We both have plays in this game. I love your play on Kuzma, man. I think everything lines up in terms of matchup. I mean, I think I remember last year. I don't know if you remember. We took Kuzma pretty early in the year.
He's a whale.
Pretty sure he had a really slow start, and this gives me like I'm having deja vu almost. Pretty sure we were on his PRA. It was in the 30s after he's been selling and going under like crazy. And this is, I mean, we talk about it all the time, but it's these slashing, 6'8" guys, forwards, small forwards that are able to get into the paint versus Atlanta. Like that's their biggest weakness. It's not these shooters. They're not giving up a shit ton of threes. It's more so their paint.
They
defense.
But they give up after.
Kuzma is what I'm trying to say is Kuzma is the perfect mold to what their weakness is defensively. Yes. So I'm all on you, dude. I'm all right. Actually, I got to hit the bin for that. I'm all on Kuzma today. all in on Kuzma, not all on you. My fault.
That's fair enough. Ski, it was. So I like the spot. I don't like the player. That's the problem. It's Tim Hardaway. We'll backtrack a little bit. Tim Hardaway, threes or points, whatever you want. Only reason I don't love it is because he's kind of a trash can at times, but he's going to have a ton of wide open threes. And if he hits them early, I mean, he's going to be firing. So he just give up so many threes, and he's been playing almost 30 minutes. So he's had 5+ attempts in each game, and he's coming off 1 for 5, I think, versus Boston. So, yeah. Kuzma kind of nailed it. I mean, he popped off versus him last year. He had 38 points, 8 boards, 5 assists. He had 29 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, and then first time he played them, he was terrible. He has their number, and you mentioned it. They suck defensively, and they played in OKC last night, so they have to travel. They're on a back-to-back. They're depleted, missing Bogdanovich, missing Okongwu got ruled out, so their starters play, close to 40 minutes to begin with, or at least some of them do. Trey, Jalen, the main guys. So they're depleted. They're fatigued. Are they really getting up for the Wizards, who have not been competitive in any other game? I don't think so. Washington, again, has gotten blown out twice. I think something changes tonight, and I think it's Kuzma, because obviously Pools looked good early, but nothing else has looked good for this team. Carrington's off to a slow start. Sarr has been called a bust already. So I think Kuzma takes matters into his own hands and just could not be a better matchup.
I'm with you, dude. I mean, ATL's been squeaking by, bro. Am I freezing?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you
Dude,
are.
We haven't had that in a while. Dill God with a sub. Appreciate you, man. 2 subs.
Coming from a Packers fan, too. What a guy. I thought that might cheer up because they still suck. Yep. Yep. Thank you,
Dill God. Backhanded compliment with it. We love it. Let's go. Love to see it. Appreciate you, brother.
Like I said, dude, the worst part about it, not to get too far off track, it wasn't even the Hail Mary. It was the coaching because all hope was lost with that performance.
Keep lagging every time I click a link, dude. My fault.
No, you're good.
But Atlanta's been scraping by, bro. They've been.
I think this game soars. I think Washington keeps it close. I think I saw Steak was on the Hawks. I think.
I mean, I can see why they haven't looked great.
Yeah.
They've barely beaten Charlotte and Brooklyn, and they just got mopped by OKC.
Yeah.
I feel like Atlanta's going to be another. I mean, we know last year they were terrible ATS, and it could be the same case this year. I'm gonna wait for them to fully figure it out.
Probably win by 6.
Do you know how many Jalen Johnson DMs I got today? Saying today's the day.
Yeah,
got to go back.
I do agree. You just can't hit the fucking broadside of the barn. Thank you for the sub again, T-Bone.
As soon as his shot starts falling, man, this guy's gonna be dropping 20+ a game. Just hasn't figured it out yet. He'll get
That's
in
why
rhythm
I was kind of shocked, like because they were winning most of that game, and then OKC turned into OKC. So
yeah, no, they're winning pretty much.
Washington has not looked good for a second. So
yeah,
this is a good game for them to get right offensively.
T-Bone, thank you for the sub, man. Bunch of subs coming in. Thank you guys so much. Hype train, let's go.
I was gonna say, hype train. Jalen Johnson double-double.
Yeah,
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I'm honestly intrigued if they play him at the 5, because they run Sarr out there, and they're very similar, builds, if you will. He's a little smaller.
I mean, Capello's not going to be.
That'd be cool.
Capello's going to have to play serious minutes too. So the more that I think about it, the more I'm starting to get on. I'm starting to like that Durant rebounds more than I talk about it. But
you know what sucked too is I was looking at Capella PRAs. One, I couldn't do it because I think he's terrible. But 2, where's I going with that? I don't know. I was gonna say Okongwu got ruled out, so I'm kind of pissed I didn't. But.
So how I ended up playing this game, I didn't even talk about the play that I was on. Hawks Washington first half over 117.5 is what I got it at.
Yeah, I like that.
I think there's just a shit ton of points. Both these offensives haven't really gotten that. I mean, you could consider that when Jordan Poole went off in that first half, that Washington looked good. It was more so Jordan Poole, but
yeah, I was just saying
this is more so a performance for both these teams. I was looking at the Hawks. I mean, they've struggled in the first half, but I think this is a spot where both these teams come out firing and they're consistently scoring. But I like the first half in particular with just how slow Washington and Atlanta have both been in the first half and seeing this total so high. I don't have my notes in front of me, but I'm almost positive Washington in the first half hasn't gone over this number set for this particular matchup. So I'm all in on that. 117.5. I think it's gotten bumped to 118 flat some places too. I see a shit ton of points, bro. So Kuzma's probably eating. Jalen Johnson probably eats. It's going to be a festival.
Chad, I think my king of the court pick is going to be Trae Young, I think.
King of the court? What is that?
So you get a bonus. It's like an odds boost on one player every night. And if they end with DraftKings.
Okay.
So you get an odds boost, and you have to bet on the player who you think is going to have the most PRAs. I think mine's Trae.
You're going to say Trae over Kuzma?
PRAs, yeah. I mean, as much as I love Kuzma, I mean, Trae has been scoring like crazy. Hasn't really had the assist, but we all know how fucking terrible Washington's defense is. I think Trae might have 35 and 10, 35 and 15, 30 and 15. I think he's going to end close to 50 PRAs is my point.
I mean, there's going to be plenty of opportunities. I think it's either Kuzma or Trae, but I figured you were going to go with Kuzma.
I mean, for this, I mean, it's hard to explain. Like, you kind of want to take a guy that is consistently up there, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude. Brunson.
I hate that T-bone.
All right. Anything else on this game?
Bread. Yeah, see, bro. Like you get it. Oh, yeah. So to finish it, you get a piece of I forget how much it is, but they give you free bet if you hit the king of the court.
So you have to place it all on one bet though. You have 1,600 one promo bet.
Well, it depends. So, fuck, chat. How much is it? It's a share of some certain dollar amount, and then depending on everybody who had that player, they split it up. So if nobody, say you pick fucking Tim Hardaway, right, and he drops 70 PRAs. You're probably the only one who has that.
I understand.
So you'd get $1 million in free play. Yeah, it is $1 million.
Is it free play though, or is it a free bet of that amount?
Free bet. Sorry, it's a free bet. Sorry.
So you have to put a $1,600 free bet down. I mean, that is. I mean, talk about an ultimate sweat, especially if your units aren't even close to that size.
I meant a free bet. Apologies. That's why it's kind of like it sucks at the time because like if you lose it, it's gone. But it's still fun. It's still fun. Also, what about
I can't imagine losing that bet.
I get a little cheeky here. I kind of like Wizards like first quarter, like money line or some shit.
Yeah, I could get there.
Yeah,
I could get there for sure.
I don't know. I think I'm putting too much stock in the Wizards. So
the Hawks have looked so bad though, so it's tough for me to like fully just jump on the Washington train. You know, I just think
Wizards start out hot.
I think both teams do, dude. I don't think Atlanta will have any trouble scoring either.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I worded that, but yeah, it's for all the games, by the way.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, obviously I like Kuzma, but like it's a tough task for him, you know.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like Shea hit last night, like guys like that you want to take.
Denver, Toronto. What are your thoughts here, brother?
This game's fucking disgusting.
It's a little gross. I have probably one of the nastiest players
you're on Denver.
About. Well, I'm in Denver in some fashion. Did you see my card at all?
I saw it. I don't remember it. You pull it up.
I'm on Grady Dick under points.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Are you going to try and get into more unders this year?
Yes. And the system I've been doing was similar to what we did last year, and we never posted it, and we never really capitalized on it. A guy who's gone over and is at a lower number than I think, in particular, in the beginning of the year, I think he can capitalize. Like I did on Brandon Ingram on Sunday. He had gone over in every matchup. His lines were 20.5 or higher, and we got 19.5 in that Trailblazers game, and he went under. He ended with, I think, 14 points. Similar thing with Grady Dick here. He's coming off a 25-point game. And the Nuggets, I mean, this is a team I want to back defensively. I don't have any belief in this Toronto team, and we got Grady Dick coming off one of his best games. And if we know anything about Denver, it's that they play great defense. I like Braun and I like Murray. I mean, they're both great defensive guards that are going to give him hell. Honestly, I'm surprised that Grady was able to put up that amount of points against a Minnesota team who's known for defense as well. So I'm rocking with this to kind of lean the other way in terms of the scale and take his under 13.5. His line was at 14.5 the last two nights as well. So getting a line that's 1 point lower after he nearly doubled it in his last game is pretty telling to me. I think he's going to get strapped.
Check it again just to make sure, because I saw Quickly was potentially playing.
Was out. I'm pretty sure Quickly's out. Is he in now?
He just got ruled out. So I'm saying see if it went up.
Let me see.
That'd be my only thing. But yeah, I mean I can't hit.
It's down to 12. It's down to 12.
Yeah, so it was already built in. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean my only devil's advocate
11.5 on BetMGM.
They just don't have anybody.
Wow.
That's the problem. But I mean, yeah, it's not a great matchup for him. So
I mean, Quickly out, Barrett in. Oh, Barrett's in. That's
Barrett's
the news.
in. Yeah,
got it. That's the news. So yeah, he was questionable early. That's why the line dropped. But still, love it. I got it out early. So I mean, I love the line I got. 13.5 points under for Grady Dick.
Honestly, it's really good that Barrett's back because he was chalking in Toronto when he got there.
That's actually awesome news.
Also, our boy Abaji has been playing pretty well for them too. I loved him at Kansas.
Oh my God!
Remember him? He was the year before Jalen Wilson and Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they won the title that year, or they were in the finals.
Anything else here? You lean either way?
I mean, I guarantee you, Aaron Gordon's probably free in this game. I'm not touching it just because he's looked terrible, but they got no big men. I think they're gonna probably have to double or shade Jokic. He'll probably get a lot of dunks. He'll probably get a lot of lobs. But honestly, with Christian Brown, like I don't know, they haven't been running like the same offense. I feel like they've kind of been like spreading out the floor a lot more. Where we kind of saw Gordon live in that low post. So I don't know. I might have to keep an eye on that. But yeah,
that's smart. All right, cool.
Unless you think Scotty Barnes can hold him, but we'll see. Honestly, that could happen. It's actually a better matchup than I thought, but nah, that game's disgusting.
Houston, San Antonio.
Oof.
This is an interesting one. So what I ended up taking was San Antonio first half TT under. So the big reason why I took this, and I think anyone who watched the full game would understand. I mean, San Antonio in the first half looked fucking unbelievable. Their offense was flowing, and then at halftime, Houston made some adjustments on the defensive end and were able to climb back into the game and make it competitive. And for them already playing each other, I think in the first half of this game, it's going to be kind of the flip opposite. I think it's going to be slower possessions. I think San Antonio is going to struggle a little bit more now that Houston, I think, figured out a game plan to stop them in some capacity. So 53.5 is the line I got it at. Spurs TT under first half. I mean, 62 points in the first half in that last game. And we saw this number creep down from the last game and from what it opened at 54.5 down to 53, I think down to 52.5 some spots. I think this is the Houston Rockets defense that everyone kind of expected. I know they're better at home.
Yep.
But for how well the Spurs just came out and looked against a team like the Rockets that we both have a lot of high praise for, I'm willing to bet San Antonio scores potentially under 50.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I think San Antonio still has some growing pains, if you will. Obviously, they got a lot of nice additions on paper, but you just see.
Let's go. I like that one too.
I want to check the injury report quick.
It's probably my favorite read of today, to be honest.
Yep, Vassell is still out. I don't know how long he's out for, but I think he's honestly a huge piece for San Antonio. I'm really high on him, but yeah, I think they have a lot of growing pains and a lot of chemistry. They got Chris Paul, who's new. I feel like it's Champagne. I know it's pronounced differently. Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, he's obviously playing heavy minutes, which he's not used to. And Harrison Barnes is new. So to me, they have a lot of growing pains, and obviously they have Castle off the bench. So yeah, I don't hate that. I honestly I didn't peep this one, surprisingly. I forgot why I didn't, but I will certainly tell you on that one. I think I think because they just played the other day, like you said. I hate that shit.
There's two rematches. You could call the Suns LA one, but there's been a game in between. I think there's one other one. Houston, San Antonio. Is there another one that they're playing back to back? I think it might just be Lakers, Phoenix. Then there's a game in between. Yeah, and they looked terrible in that first half last time they played, or in that last matchup. So I'm willing to bet that it's going to be a different story today. But that's really all I got here. Anything else?
No. I didn't peep that one enough, to be honest.
All good, bro. Chicago, Memphis. This is a super interesting game. It's hard for me to get a read on a side, to be honest.
I agree. Oh, real quick. Remember we were talking about Jay Huff? He just signed a contract. I guess he was on
No way.
I guess he was on some maybe tryout contract type of thing, but yeah.
No wonder he was balling. I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Man. I'll come back. It's tough here. I mean, my first inclination would be to back Chicago just off initial read. I mean, they just got shit on by OKC, and Memphis has looked pretty good so far. I mean, Ja being back is huge for this Memphis team. Beating Orlando is no easy task. It's tough. I mean, they've been soaring over. This total, to me, makes complete sense. I know people could say it's on the high end for Chicago, but their defense is so fucking bad. And Memphis has been scoring pretty much at will against – I mean, the Magic, you could argue, is one of the best defenses in the NBA, and I mean, they put up 120 on them. So, wow. I don't know.
Ja just got ruled game time.
Interesting. So he's going to play and probably drop 40 is what's going to happen, right?
I agree with you. Like I said, I was a fan of the new look Bulls team. I think they needed to get rid of DeRozan just because the way he plays, and I think he kind of fucked up the flow and ball movement and everything. And last I saw, the Bulls actually had the fastest pace in the league, which has not been the case for 5 years at least minimum that I can remember. I mean, they used
You
to play
think that
so
had to
slow.
because of
There was no
DeRozan, dude?
movement. Yeah.
Like, I think it's all
Well,
because
and plus,
DeRozan's gone.
yeah, and plus you bring in Giddey who does push the pace and he
Good
facilitates.
distributor. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And then Kobe White has an expanded role. Obviously, that guy's electric. You give Levine a little more leeway. Obviously, he's pulling. Yeah.
Franz is back.
Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring that up. Yeah, he's back in. So yeah, I'm honestly not surprised the Bulls have been looking better. I think they actually have a good chemistry and a good team that plays together. But my play in this is Desmond Bane over 19.5. I don't know if we'll be able to get it anymore if Ja's in or out. Conchar just got ruled out, which is good for me. Hope he's all right. Reason why I'm a little scared, honestly, because have you seen the Grizzlies rotation?
I mean, it's been pretty consistent.
They've been playing their entire team.
Yeah. It's been
all
like
a 25 minutes. No, it's been like 13.
What? Has it?
Yes. Now the only reason
there's that many.
The only reason I don't like Bane hasn't clipped 30 minutes yet. I don't think Ja has either.
Wow.
Is that not weird? The only person that I saw did was fucking Santi Aldama because he was Steph Curry on opening night.
I knew they were using their bench a little bit more, but damn, I didn't realize it was like that.
And it's all like they all play 20 to 25 minutes. But the only reason why I don't watch enough Grizzlies. Bane had 4 fouls opening night, 3 the next game, and 4 the next game. So I don't know if he's been in foul trouble. If these guys have been in foul trouble, is that why? But matchup-wise, I mean, this is as good as a matchup you can get for a guy like Desmond Bane, an off-ball player. Chu honestly hit the head right here. The Bulls, like I said with the Heat, Bulls give up so many fucking threes. They don't play a lot of defense. They push the ball. They play at an insanely high pace. So I think with all the attention on Ja, Bane's going to have a lot of open looks. And with JJJ kind of getting back into things, yeah, I think this is a Bane type of night. They give up a ton of easy drives. They give up a ton of paint points, he's actually been one of the best finishers in the league I saw this year. He's top 5 in like field goal percentage when driving. So I love that. They don't really have a paint presence. I mean, we all know how Vooch is defensively, and he's going to be left open on the perimeter all night. And I think he balls out in the minutes that Morant's off the paint or off the court. Like I said, my one fear, otherwise I would have nuked this play, but the minutes, man. It's the fact he hasn't hit 30 minutes is very weird. So that's why I'm a little hesitant, but I can't tell if it's just because of fouls or not. So we'll see.
Conchar out, Grizzlies roll. Yeah, I mean,
that was the difference right there.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Conchar's injury news. I mean, it's always hard for me to fade a team, especially when a guy like Ja's game time. We know how the NBA is. That shit, dude. I mean, we saw it with the Grizzlies and why it took them. I put another unit on when Ja was questionable in that last game when they beat Orlando. Yeah. I was on them pregame when Ja was supposed to play. Then he was ruled that he was most likely not going to play, and they dropped the underdogs, put another half unit on it, and he ended up playing, and they won outright. So, like, the NBA is very weird when it comes to that shit, and you definitely have to take it into consideration when you're capping. That's what's tough about the NBA and getting, like, plays locked in early, too. Like, we want to get plays out early as soon as we can, but, like, the injury news, like, brutal. There's no other league like the NBA in terms of injuries. Like, shit can happen. Shit can change within a 30-minute time window. So that's what sucks about it, but definitely something to think about. It's probably, the more I think about it, it's probably the Grizzlies with all this bullshit going on their side of things. But
dude, Coochie, you're honestly right. He's balling. But yeah, no, I think this game's going to be awesome to watch. Like I said, Bulls play so fast, not a lot of defense. Grizzlies got a lot of good scores, so that game's going to be fun to watch. I got another one in this one, too. Curious to wait, was this spread always 12?
Yeah, pretty sure. All right, let me see. It was at least 10.5. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I like
10.5 to 12.
I like PJ Washington in this one, 10.5 points. Let me pull it back up. This is going to be some sort of a system all year. I mean, the Jazz just give up a shit ton of threes, the most actually, specifically to catch and shoot players. So off-ball players such as PJ, he's out there for defense and to shoot the 3-ball. And if you know anything about the Jazz, they do like to blitz guys like Luka, like SGA. They like to make him kick out. two guys like Clay, like PJ. When Luka's off the court, they'll probably do it to Kyrie too. So I like the shooters in this one. I took PJ because it seems like he plays 35 minutes if the game's somewhat close. I don't think this game's a blowout, honestly. I don't know why. I just have a weird feeling Utah hangs around. But, yeah, I like PJ. He had a solid opening night. Or not really, actually. 4 for 11, 2 for 7 from 3. And then 2 for 10 versus the Suns, 1 for 5 from the 3. Hasn't really had a great shooting night. I think it's this one. Like I said, he should be wide open a few times. And 11 points for a guy that's good for 30 to 35 minutes, not too much to ask for.
Yeah, I like your read on that. And I'm kind of with you on this giving me EBGBs in terms of the spread. Like, I have a feeling that this game is going to be around a 10-point ball game with about a minute to play. And Utah is going to find a way to cover this game somehow. Like, that's my gut feeling. I'm not going to put money on Utah, obviously, but nothing basketball brain tells me that they have any shot in this game. We've seen these big spreads too. I mean, they've been covering. I mean, you look at Minnesota in that 14-point game. So these double-digit spreads haven't been coming through for the favorites at all so far to start the season. But
yeah, you got to bounce back at home for Dallas, and you got Utah coming off old-fashioned belt-to-ass dog walk from Steph and the boys. So
exactly, they just lost by what, 41 to Golden State?
I don't even know. So yeah,
how does Dallas not win this game by 20?
Both teams got a lot to play for this game.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. It's funny. I was talking about how these 12-point favorites weren't going to cover.
Yeah, I know you're on. Yeah,
I want to talk about this one.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean,
if there's any game or any big spread that nobody wants to take, I think it's the Kings minus 12.5.
0-2 Kings.
I mean, who's laying 12.5 with the Kings right now? They've looked fucking horrible. Portland's actually been somewhat competitive, and not to mention, I've been beating New Orleans outright. I mean, this has got to be the Kings minus 12 here. No, they've looked putrid.
Oh, I agree.
They've looked absolutely
not
putrid.
Just beating New Orleans, they smacked them.
And I know it's Portland, but 12.5 for the Sacramento Kings team is absurd. Absurd. They probably win this game by 30. Yeah, Gucci, I'm with you.
Sharp.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
He was like that.
100%. I mean, look at the Kings too. It's not like they've played bad opponents. They're coming off games versus the Lakers and Minnesota, and they've been close in each one of those games. Lost by 4 to LA, and they lost by 2 to the Timberwolves. Both those games could have went their way, and I think a lot of people would have different thoughts about the Kings. I know we are I'm not sure if you are, but I'm on their season win total under. But this is a spot where I have to back them against a Portland team coming off an upset and them coming off 2 losses at home. I think it's simple as that, man. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, look at this total, right? This is the highest Blazers total by 10 points. And you can argue it's the Kings, right? But, I mean, they played the Warriors, who I guess the Warriors are pretty shit on paper. But Warriors, Pelicans both have very good, scorers. So I think that fact that it's so high, I think you're going to get a classic Kings performance at home where they just shoot the lights out of the gym. And that beam's getting lit.
Yep, I agree. Warriors were 6.5 the other night when they won by 40. Are you talking about the game versus Portland when they were 6.5? I'm assuming an opening night. I will counter that argument by saying that nobody thought the Warriors were any type of team that they used to be to start the season. I don't think anyone wanted to. And I mean, you can make an argument that Portland's team is a bit more trendy than the Warriors. I mean, the Warriors didn't really make any additions from last year. And they weren't popular that day either. But I see your point. I definitely see your point.
I do like this, honestly. He goes pretty deep in the garbage time if they're up big. And if they start out slow, they're going to need him. So I'm not going to talk you off it. That's for sure.
Any plays in this one for you?
No. Portland's been way too good. I don't know who's popping off for Sacramento. I kind of like Sabonis because I think Ayton's a little soft, but he always has such high lines. And
Sabonis probably has a double-double tonight, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like more
he usually does.
This is probably like a 15 rebound, 6 assists.
I think you mean triple-double.
He's gonna be flirting with it, I think.
What was he addressing here? I'm not sure what you two were talking about.
When they played the Jazz. Oh, you're talking about the Kings when they played the Jazz?
No, Kings didn't play the Jazz.
What are you talking about? Portland? Portland didn't play the Jazz either.
I think he's saying Warriors when they played the Jazz, but I don't know what the topic is.
When they played the Jazz.
Were you saying? Is he talking about bigger favorites not covering?
I don't know. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, that was Payne Walker.
LA Phoenix, obviously another rematch.
Yeah,
this is interesting. I mean, it should be the Suns here. It should be D-Book. I mean, D-Book sold a lot of people, including myself, on that last game. And this is probably the spot where he drops 30, and the Suns absolutely demolished the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers have looked phenomenal. It's tough for me to see a reason to back LA here. The spot screams Phoenix. The spot screams D-Book. I don't know about you, but that's it. I don't really have an in-depth analysis, but that's.
I mean, yeah, the matchup was there. I mean, he had what, 15 and a half? Like,
yeah, he looked good at half.
I'm not sure what happened. I think the Lakers just figured something out at halftime. I'll be honest, I'm staying far away from this game. Maybe I'll get something. Dude, 4.5. You know he ain't filling up shit. He's LeBron's son. You know he's not doing shit. No, I'm staying far away from this game. Like you said, pretty much the rematch they just played. I think the Lakers are going to be a lot better than people think. We've seen these kind of clips and like little nuggets of Reddit coaching, and man, does that offense look entirely different. Like, it's not stale. There's a lot going on. It's very complex in a good way. And you probably have the smartest basketball player of all time running it. So kind of want to stay away from the Lakers for a few more games.
Unless there's an underdogs, man.
Right. Unless there's a matchup that I have to play like D'Angelo Russell. Just because we know his role and we know the Kings play defense. So things like that. But as far as fading them, I really have no interest for a few games to see if they're actually legit or not. But yeah, I mean, he's looked like a great coach. And like I said, ever since, that championship, I mean, Vogel never really thought he was a great coach when he was in the Lakers. And then we all know how fucking Darvin Ham went. So if they finally get a good coach, I mean, it's a lot of talent to put together. So maybe Redick's the guy.
You're right. I actually have a play in this game. It's LA TT under 113.5. The reason being, I mean, you get the first road game, and not to mention the spread. I mean, they've been favorites in every game this year. I know it's a road game in Phoenix. They shouldn't be favored. But my point is that I think this is a spot where if they do cover this game, I think it's going to be more defensive. I don't think the shots are going to be falling at the rate that they have been so far to start the year. And a spot on the road versus a revengeful Phoenix team, I think defense is going to be a focal point. So,
sorry. Snowman, party of 4, Raiden. Fuck yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Let's go, Snowman. Appreciate you. We still got to figure out a date. Sorry, he was supposed to come on Saturday, and me and you, I mean, that was probably our least prepared we were ever for a stream. So,
yeah, I kind of ate though. Can't lie.
Yeah, no, we did well. That's what I'm saying. Like we kept it simple, and I guess some days that's the way to do it. Well, yeah, 113.5 is the total I got it at. I'm gonna ride that into the sunset. I think it's a decent opportunity. I don't want to fade them necessarily with the Suns, but I will fade them in terms of their offensive production. So, talked about it before. I mean, the Cleveland and the Knicks are the two teams that have been shooting at the highest percentage, but the Lakers are in that third spot right behind them. They've been shooting the hell out of the ball, close to 50%. I think like 49 and change. So I think that's going to trend down a bit, and I'm liking that spot. But that's all I got in this one.
Just saw Kings are at 13 now.
Yeah, it's 13 flat some places. I think that's going to be a complete belt ass.
Yeah. I'm kind of with. It's hard to lean the other way.
Yeah. All right. I think it might be lotto time, brother.
Yeah.
That's the whole slate.
I think we stick to the 4 legs. I think that's a good number. I don't want to get too crazy.
Yeah. We almost hit that NFL. A lot of the other.
Oh yeah. What do we have in that?
We had McConkey 75 plus. He had 100. We had Devontae 75 plus, who had 80 something, and then we had Gino 300 plus, who sold. He had like 100 plus in the second half, and then first half he looked like Daniel Jones.
Bills might be legit. That defense is coming together. Well, obviously they're legit. You know what I mean, though, like actual contenders that nobody thought they were to start the year. All right. I'm gonna have to start it off with Hardaway.
I already have one locked in, by the way, and it's Brunson, Kuzma, and Booker. Kuzma 25 plus, Brunson and Booker 30 plus. I already locked that in.
All right, I'm gonna do Brunson 30.
Okay.
So that's my goat.
Yeah, feel free to help too.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need a leg or two from chat.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I would say Bane, but those minutes are scary, so we're staying away from that.
I think it's good. I think Brunson has to be in there.
Yeah, I agree. I got Brunson, Kuz, Hardaway threes. Actually, Fat Girls, you on it or are you fucking with us?
Bro, I
feel
feel like
haircut.
if we don't capitalize on Jalen Johnson when he does go off, we're gonna be pissed.
I don't hate Lillard. The one that scares me is a blowout, but
Would you take Batgirls 25 plus? Assuming, yeah, DeAndre Hunter's out. That is true, Royal. That was a huge reason he didn't go over in that last game.
No, it wasn't.
Was a ton of run.
No, it wasn't. He went fucking 4 for 18 underneath the hoop.
That's true as well.
Ooh, Dame coming off a rat piss game. I mean, you know I love my point guards versus the Celtics.
I'm down, bro. I'm down.
See, I would like to take Sabonis triple-double, but I don't know how much he's playing.
30 plus or 35 plus for Brunson? 30?
30. If he ends at 34, I'd actually,
Yeah.
In GTA, of course, but.
Last Stand or Marty Dom.
Dude, Sabonis is 350 for a trip dub. Honestly,
Chad,
Ski, probably not. That game's so bad. Do you
Chad,
have anything?
Sorry.
No, you're good. That's all I had.
First half up to 120. It's not hitting.
Well, no, you got to think the injury news, right? Hunter's a good defender. He's out.
I'm just kidding, dude. Said the same thing about Diva or who was that that got bumped up a shit ton? Oh, Pritchard. Lillard threes. Is that how we play him? I'm down for that, bro. Lillard threes. What do you think? No?
Sorry, I was looking at Sabonis. I think I'm playing with fire there. Honestly, fuck DeRozan, so no.
Lillard 4 plus threes.
I can do Lillard. I could do some Dame time.
4 plus threes for Dame.
Is that plus money?
It's plus 115. You Bebe with 5 subs. Holy moly. Appreciate you,
brother.
Bro. Thank you, man. Oh, he gave out 7 in total. Good Lord. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I missed the other ones. Appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah. I do see that.
Thank you so much.
Fuck yeah, buddy. Appreciate that, man.
I haven't seen your name in here before. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the love. That's
Level
awesome.
3 hype train.
Thank you, man.
Firemouth ladder. Okay. I was actually looking at him, too. I don't know. I think I lean the Giants.
If you think I'm getting involved in this fucking primetime.
Apologies. Like you said, we haven't seen you in here. Apologies. But appreciate
you're not a man? Oh, I'm sorry, miss. Thank you for the subs. Appreciate you.
I kind of lean the Giants a little bit. I just don't know if I can get there, but I mean, everyone's back in on Russ, right? They think this offense is they think this offense is like good to go. They think it's everything that they needed. And the Giants looked god awful versus the Eagles, and Giants defense is a lot better than they showed that game. So I would lean them, but
don't
it's so bad.
Just don't.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I mean, I think everyone is all in on Russ, and I want to fade that.
Bro, it's NFL primetime with the Steelers and the Giants with a 36.5 total. This game's not even going to be fun to watch. Don't bet it.
It's probably going to end at 50.
She does not, or that, yeah. I mean, I have no interest in that game whatsoever.
Right,
I hate primetime NFL to begin with.
Oh, I know. Because you're soft.
Dame 4 plus threes, Brunson 30 plus. Are we putting in Dame or not?
Yeah, I just locked it in. So I thought you did.
Okay. All right. Locked in what? What? We only have 2, no?
I did Brunson 30, Kuzma 25, Hardaway 3
Oh,
threes, and Dame 4 threes.
I got to put in Jalen Johnson at least 1.
Yeah, it's concerning, Evan. That's why I said I lean them. I can't play it. It's so bad. I don't think the Steelers' offense is that much better with Russ. I think people could be getting duped on that, but we'll see.
Can we make a stream one? I have Brunson 30 plus and Dame 4 plus 3.
Yeah.
I want 2 more legs. Chat, what do you guys like from what we talked about today?
Exactly, bro.
No football. No football. NBA.
Somebody.
We talked about.
Nah, I can't get there, bro. It could hit surely, but Tomlin will have a plan for him.
We talked about Ja going off, bro. If Ja's, let me see if Ja's listed.
He's probably not gonna be. If he's game time.
It's not fucking bullshit, man. You know he's dropping 40 tonight.
Dude, Coop, I love Bane. Can you chill with that? You fuck.
If Ja plays tonight, I'm getting a live line. Simple as that. Simple as that. Have to.
Always be your boys, chat. Just praying on your downfall.
Usually mine are. I sometimes have 1.5 and 2, but
yeah, for the most part.
And then we'll just sprinkle lottos just for fun on stream. We don't post them, but they're just on stream for the viewers. We hit one fat lotto. One fat lotto.
We don't really do them, honestly.
No, we don't. But that's what I'm saying. This year we're gonna do it consistently.
Yeah.
That lotto is like, I mean, we have to keep doing it consistently.
I don't love Sengun Nikki. I mean, sure he can pop off, but like I just don't want to take the center playing against Wemby.
What about?
It's a little cute combo there.
Am I crazy for saying?
Get behind Sar, but
am I crazy for saying Herder?
No.
It's so ass.
Just think you're playing with fire if it gets out of hand, but he could.
Definitely.
I've taken him play it plenty of times where he's like 6 for 6 in the first 5 minutes.
3 plus 3.
Dude, I was gonna say that earlier. We were talking about how good Allen and Mobley are, but like Cat could have his way on the perimeter.
I think D-Book has to be in here too. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, like I said, he was cooking. It's just there's a lot of mouths to feed on that offense. Tyrese under 20.
I mean, if you don't like it, we won't put it in.
I don't not like it. I just
feel
like
we're not putting it in.
We're not. No, we're doing it actually. No, we're doing it. He sold you in Fat Girls big time. That's how shit goes. Hype train, success. All right. We're not going to overthink. We're not overthinking a lot. D-Book, 30. What was the other one?
Dame 4 plus 3s. Brunson 30 plus. D-Book 30 plus. And one other. We get a double-double or something in there?
I mean, a lot of people like Duran, however you say it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Beasley 3s in this one because one of them is popping off. It's just a matter of which one.
You Bebe with another sub. Appreciate you. Oh my God. Thank you. It's awesome.
Hell yeah. You know, it's funny. I don't see him up there.
Facts.
Bro, Tim Hardaway is 3rd for most 3s over Cade Cunningham, over Ivy.
Sar double-double. Ooh, bro. He might be onto something with that.
Honestly, yeah, I would like that. I don't want to take. I would take a combo with him. I mean, he's going to be playing center against Capella.
Plus 1,000
minutes.
Plus 1,000. I feel like that's a play we have to just.
Yeah, you take solo.
Solo, yeah. Plus 15,000 if we added that to the way.
All right, here's how I'm doing that. Ready?
That's a good look, though. I can't lie to you. 8-ball. Here's
how I'm doing this. I'm doing Tim Hardaway most 3s.
Deadass.
Plus 550.
No. Let's find this last leg of the stream one so we can just.
We only have one leg.
We have 3 legs. Brunson 30+, Dame 4+, and D-Book 30+.
Hardaway in it.
You never said to.
I locked in a totally different one.
Yeah, because you've just been going off on your own. You're just parlaying your own plays.
Bro, we said Brunson 30, Kuzma 25, Dame 4+ threes, and Hardaway.
We didn't agree on Hardaway. We did not.
It's my leg. One from you, one from me. I said that was the first one I'm starting.
I didn't hear you even give that in the lay. I think you just locked that in.
No, I definitely said it. I said I'm starting it off.
3, 4? 3. What do we do? Okay.
That's cap. Watch the VOD.
Is it cap? Chat?
Everything on my leg.
See, bro went rogue. See?
Nope.
Come on. Nope. All right, let me get this in.
Thank you, Bugs.
3+. I definitely said it. Okay. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, bro.
I didn't want to keep saying it because I've said it mad times.
Sorry for doubting you.
I want to keep hyping Tim Hardaway up, and then he goes 0 for 8 because he's rat shit at the end of the day.
All right, we got Jalen Brunson 30+, Dame 4+, D-Book 30+, PJ 3+ threes. 10 to win, 460.
No PJ. Tim Hardaway Jr.
Tim Hardaway. My fault. Let me cash out of that and make a new one. Sorry.
Oh, it's so caked. It's not even funny.
It's not caked. All right.
Also, why did I see Dame's point line at 21.5? Is that like, has he not been coming close to that?
Are you having second thoughts about him?
No, I cannot believe that. No, I think he hits his threes, bro. Like I said, the Celtics give up a ton of threes. Ooh, Hardaway or Lillard Nuke? Probably Hardaway, honestly.
Hardaway.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's gonna have 5+ threes that are probably gonna be wide open, which I just gotta play it. Because if he hits them and he's on fire, he's getting that ball and he's pulling up and it's probably going in. Yeah, no, I agree. I think if you sprinkle him and Beasley most threes, you probably might hit on one of them. It's either him, Tyler Hero, or Cade, unless Rozier goes crazy.
I like what you're saying about Hardaway. It actually makes sense.
Yeah, and you think of the Heat, they don't really have a sniper. I mean, Duncan Robinson, sure. Actually, now I'm kind of fucking scared because I forgot about him. All right, so we won't do most threes then.
Yeah, we'll put 3+.
You know what? I'm going to parlay both of them. I'm getting weird right here. SAR double-double. I feel like I got to sprinkle that.
It's not listed for me. Interesting. Chopper bullets.
What about Kuzma triple-double? Is that crazy?
I would say double-double, but that's what I'm doing. Jalen Brunson 30+, Lillard 4+ threes, D-Book 30+, and Kuzma double-double. That's what we're doing. Simple as that. Simple as that.
As ma.
Yes. All right, 10 to win 600. Beauty.
Ready for this?
$5.99 and 43 cents.
Oh my god.
What?
Hold on, I'm cooking. Holy shit, I'm actually him.
I was gonna say, Royal, we should. Do you want to stream later when we play COD with Chelly?
Hold on, you gotta listen to this way. This shit is not hitting, but I gotta do it.
What is it?
Wow, I could not imagine putting 100,000 or 100 on this. That'd be hilarious. You ready?
Well, I'm ready, bro.
Beasley, Hardaway, 3+ threes. Cake for it's gonna be dead in Orlando, but there's that. Alex Sarr double-double. So if we do get through Orlando, we're not getting past Atlanta. Sabonis triple-double and PJ Washington 3+ threes. It's plus 77,260.
Yeah, that's. What was the one we hit last year? What was the odds on it?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
It was 40 to win 1,700. Yeah, I think we put 20 each.
Yeah.
It was Jokic trip dub, LeBron trip dub.
What was the other one?
It was actually it was just that.
Was it?
Yeah, because LeBron's was very
high.
Right,
it was like plus 1,200, I think. It was his
Another
first
sub.
season.
Appreciate you, baby.
Let's go, you baby. You baby. Thanks, you baby. Appreciate you.
3? I feel like it was just LeBron and Jokic, right? Triple doubles.
I think it.
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah. It was something with LeBron. It's 30, MJ. Have you been a sub for a while? I feel like I never see you. Oh, 1 month. Oh, does it say that as soon as you sub?
Yeah. She's 1 monther, yeah.
C-Dot's crazy.
C-Dot. Hey, you baby. Let me get one.
How'd you find us? Anything?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Any reason? Nope, I'm new. Awesome.
Let's go.
Well,
that's awesome.
Hope you stay. Hope you stay around.
Anything else you want to do before we log off here?
Tailing you guys. Okay.
Good. I would get sturdy, but I feel like I need Jeff in the room with me. He's kind of my sturdy buddy, you know?
The ACL is still hurting, I heard.
And the ACL is still recovering, that's true.
No, Finchy, that game is so fucking gross. I wish I did. I slight lean. If you forced me to pick a side, taking the Giants, but not putting actual coin on that.
Yep. Couldn't pay me to bet that game, to be honest.
Also, I know it was the Panthers, but the QB I'm blanking out on the Broncos looked really good.
Bo Nix?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dog, dude. He looked. I went to that Tampa Bay game. I was boots on the ground for that, and they were crazy.
Nobody's talking about him. Like, I feel like he should be in the rookie. Well, I guess
Wait,
not.
I just got a sub?
Yeah.
What the hell? You bebe with another sub, dude. We got to get off before she drains the whole bank account. Holy shit. How does she give a sub to me?
Favorite sides before we log off?
Yeah, I think you bebe needs to give us a play in today's game.
That's sick, Caleb. Yeah, Ski, I agree. I think yesterday Jaden just I wonder what he's probably like what -500.
Who? Bo?
Daniels. No, Daniels.
Oh, Daniels is hovering around like plus 450, I think. Maybe more after that. Yeah, he was 350 for a little bit. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
That had to be earlier. He's been like -200.
No.
Yeah. You're thinking of Caleb. Caleb's been like plus 150-ish.
Dude, I never saw Jaden at -200.
I swear to God, he has been. He has been ever since, I want to say week 3, because Caleb had those 2 shit games.
Really?
And even the Colt, yeah, dude, he's been the heavy favorite for.
I didn't think he was minus ever.
It's hard. Well, actually, when Neighbors went down, that's when it was. It was whenever Neighbors got hurt. Yeah, he was like he's been -200.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I thought the lowest he got to was like plus 250. I didn't know he got
Caleb.
that.
Caleb was plus 700 at one point.
Oh, I know. It's been fluctuating.
That's what I'm saying. The only reason why
I know Daniel's been the favorite too. I know that. Yeah. I didn't realize he was that juiced.
Dude, that's what I was saying preseason too. I said like plus 100 is so weird, and then that passing leader line I felt was so trappy.
Well, it got so much steam. It was like 240 down to plus 100.
Dude, I don't care, man. How many people were calling him generational?
That's telling you that it was a popular market, dude. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, my point is, if he was supposed to be this good and they were going to be good from day one, they would not. It would have been more juiced. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. I couldn't figure out who it was going to be just because, like, obviously I thought Jaden was good. I thought he was going to be good. I didn't see, like, with that current team, you know? It's like, aside from McLaurin, I mean, are you really, like, hyping up B-Rob, Eckler, Noah Brown, like, all these guys? Like, I just feel like it came out of absolutely nowhere.
Well, yeah, I think
they're like minus like 300 something to make the playoffs now. Like they're really fucking good team. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, they are. I totally agree. I think the NFC East is pretty much up for grabs right now.
Dude, come on. You know he wasn't fucking hurt.
Who?
I said that from a tee, that Jaden shit. They were just, I guarantee you they were just not risking him getting injured. Mariota almost had a perfect game versus the Panthers. There's no reason to run Jaden out there.
Why would you?
Yeah.
All right, let's get the stream wrapped up. I got some food to eat and some games to watch. Ro, are you gonna play COD with me and Shelly later?
Yeah, I mean, what's the? Is it just you two?
No, we'll get a group together and play some Surge.
I'm saying, like, are you the like, is he already have a group and he asked you to play? Is my point, because I know he streams COD, so I don't know if he like runs full 6 Search every time.
He just said he'll play after football ends, so maybe we'll throw a stream up late night, play some COD.
I know Sandy was asking to play. That'd be quite the
Sandy
group.
Sure. Sandy was playing with us a few days ago. Pretty sure yesterday, actually.
Yeah, you kept asking me during the Bears game. Honestly, I wish I did. That was painful to watch. Also, last thing we'll say is that Tyreek Stevenson shit. I mean, what a fucking idiot, man. What a fucking idiot. I mean, the worst part is, did you see all the aftermath too?
I mean, how is there not?
No. Well, okay, I guess I worded that poorly. So on Hail Marys, right? It's actually way more complicated than you think. It's not just everybody run into a mosh pit and try and catch it. You have to have a guy in front of the pile in case it gets tipped to you. So one or two people has to like box him out and cover him. And then there's somebody behind, Noah Brown, who caught it. There's supposed to be 1 or 2 guys on him. Right. Stevenson was supposed to follow him the entire fucking time. So the guy that caught the winning tip that fell into his hands was supposed to have somebody on him the entire time. Yep. And it was his hand that fucking tipped it too.
Oh, I know. He tipped it too. It's like the trifecta of horrible.
You could not. And the worst part is
put
like
the cleats in the locker, get the fry cooking.
I mean, Walker, I'm pretty sure you're a Bears fan too. Like, he reminds me a lot of Trayvon Diggs. Like, not that he's as good as him. Point being is he makes a lot of plays. Like, he'll make some crazy interceptions, but also get burned like crazy. He is so mid.
It's just bonehead.
He's so mid for having this big of an ego. It's insane. Meanwhile, you have arguably the best cornerback in the league on the other side, who doesn't have an ego at all. It's crazy. Yeah, C-Dod, go fuck yourself. Thanks.
Don't kick him when he's down, C-Dod. Come on, man. That's brother.
Facts, Alex. That did happen. No, honestly, I don't care. It's as long as this coaching staff is there, we're fucked. I mean, again, the handoff to a D tackle, the fact they thought that was a good idea. Yeah, that's
keeping you up at night.
No, honestly, I accepted it. Like it's done. It's done. We're never winning anything with those two. And then the play before the Hail Mary, I mean, they just allowed that to happen. And then his reasoning was like, "Oh, we don't care about that. Like you're defending a touchdown." Like they started with the ball on the 35-yard line. Is Jaden gonna throw it 70 yards in the air? Like
I didn't see the coach presser. What did he say about?
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't take accountability at all. Yeah. Facts, girls.
Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah, we can wrap up. But yeah, that's just where I'm at, man. It's bad. I feel bad for Caleb. They're setting him up to fail. And yep, same old story.
Batgirls, hit me up. Let's play some COD, bro. I'm gonna eat some food and then hop on. Chat, thank you guys so much for coming through as always, man. You guys rock. NBA season is gonna be a
Frame
movie.
this.
The absolute cinema.
Frame that somewhere.
W fuck off. W reads. Let me get this. Let me get the screenshot going. 1 second here.
W fuck offs.
Ready, bro?
Hey, Budman.
Ready, bro? Say cheese. No, I'm screenshotting.
Oh.
Say cheese. No, don't cover your face. There we go. Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Jaws out. Right, oh my God. Out. Desmond Bain, you better fucking ball out.
Oh, that's hot. That is hot. We love that. What's the line now? What is the line now, mate?
Let's see.
Probably, let me guess, 4.5.
5. And no player props to be found. I want to see what that opens up at. What, probably 24? 24.5 probably points.
And
23.
Probably like 34.5 PRA.
Probably
right.
sell.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bebe, for all the subs. Thank you, everyone else who subbed today. You guys are a blessing for sure. Let's keep going.
Sorry for calling you a man.
Sorry for calling you a man.
I had no way to tell, but that's on me. 50-50 chance. Got it wrong.
Christmas came early.
Drop your fuck off in chat. Oh. Oh, what a day.
Hold on quick. Wait, was this the person that's been commenting on my screen lately?
Thinking about this pillow.
Nobody's been commenting that starts with you.
Dylan Brooks. Can't believe this nigga talking down. My bank account is Magnolia Millie rocking. Widows in my comments talking about some Millie Bobby. Look, bring them jokes up to the game.
I'll see you later.
I send a finger to your mama and some FedEx boxes. Open up that shit, is jaw dropping, really shocking. I ain't pretty Flacco, bitch, this shit get really rocky. Damn, what? Dirty how I did them in the